Retirement. It wasn't supposed to be this hard. We're concerned about our country's staggering debt, a stock market growing without rational fundamentals, the fear of another 2008, and everything seems more expensive both today and issues looming in our future. With all of these challenges, we need the right savings tools. Sometimes we simply put money aside. Over the past 3 decades, IRAs and 401ks have been the main vehicle. But there is a better alternative, the private pension. First, let's understand the history of how we arrived at the current choices we do have. Typically, there are 2 vehicles we can use. A defined benefit plan where an employer creates an account for us which gives us income for our lifetime based on how much we made and how long we worked for them. These plans are commonly called pensions. A defined contribution plan is where we control through our earnings how much goes into an account. Though we put in pre-tax dollars, nothing is guaranteed in the end. A 401k and IRA are examples of this type of plan. Our country's first pension plan was put in place for the Continental Army with the aim of providing a disability plan for soldiers injured as a result of their military service. In 1875, the first employer to provide a retirement plan was the Industrial Pension Plan of the American Express Company. Originally started as an express mail business in Buffalo, New York, American Express enjoyed a virtual monopoly on the movement of express shipments of goods, securities, and currency throughout New York State. Wanting to expand west, keeping dedicated, trustworthy employees was a must, and the pension was an important factor. Between 1875 and 1929, 421 private sector pension plans were established in the United States and Canada. Some of those major U.S. companies included Standard Oil of New Jersey, U.S. Steel, General Electric, American Telephone and Telegraph, Goodyear Tire and Rubber, and Eastman Kodak. Then the Great Depression hit. In 1935, President Roosevelt interpreted the need for the government to provide assistance for retirees and established unemployment compensation and old age and survivors insurance through the Social Security Act. By 1940, 4.1 million workers are covered by a private company pension plan. That amount fundamentally doubles each decade. But in 1963, the inherent flaw to a company, or for that matter, a government-sponsored financial instrument, showed its ugly head. Studebaker Corporation, a significant automobile manufacturer, closed its plant. Its pension plan was so poorly funded that Studebaker could not afford to provide all employees with their pensions. A third of its workers who had reached the retirement age of 60 received full pension benefits, but those aged 40 to 59 received roughly 15% of their pension value, and the remaining third of the workforce received nothing. The government stepped in once again. The Employee Retirement Income Security Act of 1974, ERISA, was enacted. ERISA was designed to secure the benefits of participants in private pension plans through participation, vesting, funding, reporting, and disclosure rules. Though defined benefit plans, or pensions as we've come to know them, continue today, they are mainly associated with labor control companies and state and federal employees. What ERISA accomplished was establishing a defined contribution plan. 4 years later, the Revenue Act of 1978 established Qualified Deferred Compensation Plans, Section 401k, under which employees are not taxed on the portion of income they elect to receive as deferred compensation rather than direct cash payments. Then in 1979, Johnson & Johnson, the behemoth Consumer Products Corporation, established the very first 401k defined contribution plan. Then, with the dawn of the 1980s, an unprecedented bull market begins, pushing the Dow Jones up a startling 1,214% over a 30-year period. There were setbacks along the way, but in September of 2008, the storied investment house Shearson Lehman Brothers filed for bankruptcy, starting a recession that we still feel today. So, the flaw in a defined contribution plan was revealed. Some believe we should scrap these types of plans altogether. But we feel, as do our satisfied clients, that the private pension is a better alternative. With a private pension, instead of an employer or the government dictating terms, you decide how much you put into the program. You control when and how you take income. There is no limit to how much you can contribute. Your principal is guaranteed never to go below what you put in, and every high water mark that your money grows to is guaranteed from that point moving forward. So, while your account value grows according to interest rates and market conditions, your income value grows at a steady, guaranteed interest rate. Today's programs roll up between 7 and 10%. Once you begin your income, that check is guaranteed for as long as you live. In 2012 alone, over $34 billion went into a private pension of some design. With a private pension, your retirement can go from dark and unpredictable to bright and secure.